I think he's just starting. Hello, Shivansh, give a go.
Someone just got out of code.
Pin is 96. Okay, let me type it in chat again. It's on the screen. Can you see teacher's screen?
Yeah.
That's the pin. See, Chakra, are you okay? I think yes, she is in the system, in the game as well. Ved, are you in? Okay. You need some help? Then ask a grown-up. Shivansh.
Everyone is logged in code now.
No, I think, okay. I think he's in. Are you in, Shivansh? Give a thumbs up or a yes in chat. Oh, perfect. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, Judy. Start. Yeah, you can start now.
All right. Let's begin. Cool. So it's going to be a science quiz. All right. How high can a dust storm reach in a desert? So dust storms in deserts, fun fact, it gets really, really hot in the day, but then at night it gets super cold. And that temperature difference creates a bit of a pressure difference, and they get those huge wind storms that just really go mad. Yeah, it was 1 mile.
No one got it right.
It was only, that's fine, that's okay. All right, next question. In a closed circuit, electrons move starting from the positive battery pole. So, if you guys were there before, you'd remember the charge that electrons have, and that gives you a hint. Yes, very, very good.
Everyone gets all wrong till.
Sorry?
Everyone getting all wrong till now.
Oh, was that okay? Oh, that was the number of people that got. Well, electrons actually have a negative charge, so they start moving from the negative pole. But that's okay, you know that now. Next question. I hope this one. Okay. So, which gases are known to cause the greenhouse effect? Okay, so one of the gases we actually breathe out. We breathe out that gas. And it's also, you know, it occurs in a whole lot of chemical processes. Carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. Yep, very good.
Yes.
Very, very good. I'm happy with this turnout. So sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide actually get trapped in the Earth's atmosphere, and they just create this effect that's called greenhouse effect because it gets really, really warm. That's what global warming is actually. All right, so winner is winning. How cool is that? Next question. What percentage of school children in the UK would not mind if social media didn't exist? This answer is surprisingly high. The answer is surprisingly high. Yeah, we got 3 people. 63% of children. That makes me think, would you guys not mind if social media didn't exist? Would you mind? Would you not? If you would mind, you can give me a thumbs up. Okay, next question. Who's winning? Ved. Next. Okay, what is the process of water changing directly to vapor from ice? So the hint, there's a little hint in there. The hint is in this picture actually. So from ice, water can sometimes immediately become vapor. Vapor is like a gas, like air. Sublimation. We got two people there. Sublimation, evaporation is when water becomes vapor from a liquid, but sublimation, it's like dry ice. It's frozen nitrogen, and is it frozen nitrogen? It's frozen. Well, it's basically the compound. It becomes vapor immediately from ice. So that's what it's called.
These give so less time.
They have a little time. It's my first Kahoot. I'll try to, I'm so sorry. I don't know what, can I edit it right now? Should I try and edit it?
No, not
you guys
needed.
okay?
That's
Yeah, okay. Okay, next question. So the important thing about this quiz is that you guys are learning something too. So it really doesn't matter who's winning. I just hope you're having a good time and you're enjoying yourself. Okay, plastic objects are the best conductors of heat. Is that true or false? What do you guys remember about heat? What are pots made out of? Oh. Yep, that is false. Very, very good. Cool. Well, pots, so you know when your mom or your dad, they cook in pots that are made out of metal. And that's because metal is a great heat conductor. They're not made out of plastic because, well, plastic would probably melt, but also plastic really isn't that good of a conductor. That's also why when you touch a pot, when it's on the stove and you touch it, you don't have to touch it where the fire is. You could just touch it anywhere. You burn yourself because the heat evenly distributes everywhere. Okay, next question. Which item on the list is a surprising electrical conductor? Let's go by process of elimination. So it's not clothes. I don't think it would be clothes. I don't think it would be, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it would be another material, but the item on this list is also quite acidic. That could be a hint. Citrus fruit, yeah. So citrus fruits actually contain compounds or maybe electricity carrying minerals or minerals actually, that can really conduct electricity. So potatoes can actually also do that. Potatoes and banana peels, that's because they can still have some potassium in them, and that can carry electricity. All right. Next question. Okay, what is the positive particle present in the nucleus of an atom called? So the positive particle in the nucleus of an atom. So we have the negative one, electron. We have the neutral one, neutron. What is the positive one called? It's in the middle. It has a plus charge, and it attracts the electron to keep it around the nucleus. What is that? P, starts with a P. It's a proton. It is a proton. Very, very good. All right.
I might be spelling wrong.
That's okay. That's fine. But remember now that it's P-R-O-T-O-N. Okay? Next question. Which of the following is considered an acid? So what do we remember about acids? From the experiment that we did about acids, one of the things I used as an acid was lemon juice. Lemons are related to oranges, and we know that citrus fruits have plenty of a certain vitamin. Citrus fruits have a vitamin that makes them acidic. Vitamin C, yay, very good. We remember that bleach was actually used as a base. So we used bleach to convey, so bleach was a base that we used in the cabbage experiment. Whereas vitamin C would be the acid. Potassium is a mineral, so it's like a metal. So it is not acidic. Next question. True or false? A strong base has a pH of 3. Here's a little hint for you guys. The pH scale ranges from 0 to 14. And we remember when we say something is really acidic, it has a low pH. It has a low pH. So when it's yeah, very good. It's false. Very cool. So when it's very basic, it would have a high pH on the scale. Very, very cool. What other base did we use in our experiments? Would you guys remember? Anyone want to raise their hand? What base did we use? We used bleach, and what else? Yes, Shri?
Baking soda.
Baking soda, yeah, very, very good. Very cool. Okay, next question. The most acidic number on the pH scale is, there's a little hint for you guys. The most acidic number, so we said the most basic, so when it's something very basic, it has a high pH, so what would be the most acidic one? Most acidic. We've got 7 answers. One, yes. So I was asking for a number, and yes, it's 1. Next. Lava that is present underneath the Earth's surface is called what? So when lava is still underneath the Earth's surface, it has a special name. It has a different name. It's magma. Yeah, very cool, guys. Everyone got that one right. Very, very cool. The Earth's core is made up of just really, really hot sludge, magma. It's really, really hot, really warm. I think, yeah, that's where lava usually comes from. Next question. Cool. COVID-19 has had a positive impact on the planet's environment due to the general decreased usage of transportation. So we don't really go in our cars that much. We don't really use the train that much. COVID-19 wasn't too bad for the environment. Yep, that's true. It's had a positive impact. It's also because some manufacturing processes have slowed down a little bit, so there's less CO2 being emitted into the air, and also planes are huge. They have a big carbon footprint. Carbon footprint means they make a lot of CO2, carbon dioxide, to make global warming. But because planes have been used a lot less, planes are a method of transportation, and it's been not that bad on the environment. Okay, cool. Next question. If it weren't for the atmosphere, the surface of the Earth would be blank degrees Celsius cooler. So we just said, we talked about the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is when certain compounds get trapped in the atmosphere and make the Earth really, really warm. And so if it wasn't for the atmosphere, how much cooler would it be? Just guess. Not that much. 33. 33 degrees cooler. It's, yeah, well, a lot of people said 29 too. I guess 29 is really close to 33. That was a cruel choice for me to put on there. But I mean, if you did 29, you might as well have ticked it as correct. It's kind of close. Okay, next. Which three electric components can make a closed, simple circuit? So let's remind ourselves. When we did the circuit, first lesson, I think, we did a circuit and something lit up, and there was a power source that I needed to have, and there was also something for me to connect the lighting object to the power source. What is that? Question number, it's 2. Bulbs, battery, and switch. Well, yeah, well, it's, you need something to connect the bulb to the battery. So bulb, battery, and wires. That's a very, very simple circuit. But good effort, guys, good effort. Do you guys want to remind me one more time? Which way do electrons come out of when they're in a simple circuit? Someone please raise their hand, is the first question. Which way, yes, Ved?
From the negative side.
From the negative side, negative pole of the battery. Yes, very good, my friend. And on the polar side, on the opposite end, the conventional current moves from which side? So electrons move from the negative side. Which way was the current move from? I think Naga, you raised your hand to the last one. Do you want to answer? Well, it's the positive side. The current comes from the positive side. Okay, next question. What does AI stand for? AI. So Sophia the robot. Have you guys seen Sophia the robot? She's pioneering in the field of AI. So robots, they're very intelligent, very smart, and they're man-made. Artificial intelligence, yes, very, very good. Artsy igloo, I don't know what that is. I just put it there as an asthmatic illusion. I don't think that's a thing, but that's okay because, you know, the choices were probably a little confusing, but artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is a huge kind of topic right now in maybe medical engineering industry and stuff, especially with Elon Musk beginning this project about a human chip. So a chip that could be inserted into the brain that could fix electricity usage and neuron usage in the brain and can potentially help stroke victims. Even they in the future, it might be able to store data, store our memories for us. So not too long from now, we might become cyborgs, guys. Some people argue that we're already cyborgs because of hip joints, glasses, and our phones. So a lot of personal data information is stored on our phones. It's almost like an extension of our brains. So a lot of people would argue that we're already cyborgs. I think that's pretty neat. Okay, next question. Which of the following does not have a negative effect on the environment? So deforestation means cutting down trees. Driving a Tesla. A Tesla is an electric car, electric vehicle that doesn't use fossil fuels, that doesn't burn anything to move. Wildfires. Wildfires, it's when forests just catch on fire, and burning fossil fuels, it's the process. Yeah, burning fossil fuels is the process where CO2 and sulfur dioxide is they're made, and we know now that they're very bad. They cause the greenhouse effect. Driving a Tesla was the correct answer. Very good, guys. Very cool. Tesla is also owned by Elon Musk, and he's also thinking about, he has a project called SpaceX, where his ultimate goal is to send humanity to Mars. We might live on Mars in the future. I don't know. Do you guys think that might be a thing? Next question. Which of the following is not a marine mammal? So mammals are warm-blooded. They have warm blood in their veins, and they breathe with lungs. Whereas fish, they have, you know the little scars that you can see, or the little, what are they called? I forgot what they're called. Scales, kind of little cuts along the side of a fish that helps it breathe. Sharks are not mammals. Sharks have, I forgot the name. Sharks have those little cuts that help them breathe. Sorry, what are they called?
They are called the gills.
The gills, yes. Thank you very much. They have gills, and they help them exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide in and out of their bloodstream. But dolphins and otters and whales actually have lungs. So whales have to swim up to the surface, catch a breath, empty out their CO2 from they empty out their carbon dioxide from their little hole at the top of their head, and they go back down. They can hold their breaths for a very, very long time. Who what did you say?
A blowhole. The hole that is
Blowholes. Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, next question. Solar power is a source of renewable energy. Renewable energy means energy that it cannot be easily depleted, is pretty easy to sustain, quite good for the environment. True, it's true. Very, very cool. Next question. Can you guys name other types of renewable sources of energy? We learned about it first lesson. So other types of renewable energy, we have solar power. We also have those really big mills that look like fans, and they generate electricity by turning mechanical energy into electrical energy. Can you remind me what this type of source of energy or electricity can be called? What is it called? They're like fields. They look like big fans, and they move like this. They rely on wind.
They are windmills.
Windmills, but what is the energy called then? Wind energy or wind power.
Wind power.
What else? What other type of renewable energy is there? There's solar power, there's wind, and there is something about the water. There sometimes you can generate mechanical energy into electricity from the current of the water. What would that be called? Does someone want to raise their hand? What would that be called?
They told it in the chat.
Hydropower. Next question. All right, which of the following is a source of heat energy? So heat energy is when a certain object can cultivate its own heat or make its heat as in high temperature getting, so the result of heat energy is a higher temperature. Yeah, so it's both cooking stoves and the sun. The moon doesn't really have the ability to generate its own heat because it's basically just a rock, and the only reason we can see it at night is because it reflects the sun's light. So it's just a rock. It can't really cultivate its own heat. And the ocean, unless there is a volcanic source of just magma under just an underwater volcano, I don't think the ocean can really have, or the water in the ocean can make its own heat. There's the sun and cooking stoves, so it's where you make your food. Next question. So the result of heat energy is a high temperature, but temperature itself, it's not energy, it's just a measurement. So always good to know. Next question. What are cooking pots made of and why? I want someone to raise their hand and tell me why they think cooking pots are made out of a certain element, please. So what do you do in cooking pots? Oh, Vihan, you told everyone in the chat about wind energy and hydroelectricity. Okay. Metal, because metal is conductive. So metal or steel, very good. It's either metal. So I thought someone actually said steel, but it's either, yeah, so metal or usually just like steel that doesn't rust easy. Does someone want to say why are metals used as cooking pots? Should I pick on you guys? Shivansh? Why are?
Because the metal gets hot, that will cook up the food.
Why does metal get hot like that? It's because, is it an insulator or?
It's a conductor.
It's a conductor, yeah. So metals are excellent conductors of heat. Yes, very, very cool. Very good, my friend. Next question. Mammoths are known for living in which age? So there's a movie about this, and there's a mammoth character. So they're known for living in which age? It's quite cold. It's very cold in that age. Super cold. They have thick, thick fur. They evolved to have very thick fur, very thick skin too, actually, because it was so cold.
I think you gave out the answer.
Sorry?
I think you gave out the answer.
Well, I was trying to, my friend. Okay, Ice Age. Yeah, very cool. So mammoths could store quite a good amount of fat and good amount of blubber, so fat, to insulate themselves, because fat is a really good insulator of heat. So when you have a layer of fat, that's why humans have the ability to have a layer of fat on top of our muscles, because our ancestors, when they would get cold, they couldn't. Yes, Ikshit?
Bronze Age doesn't make sense. Bronze Age.
I know, I just put it as a silly choice. I hope you didn't pick it, did you?
No, I thought you were going to put Iron Age instead of that.
All right, thank you, Ikshit. So they would have this, so our fat is actually quite essential they didn't have heaters in the past, so they used to mostly rely on their fat and clothes that they would scavenge for to make sure that they were warm and to keep their body at a healthy temperature. Next question. So now we know that fat is a good insulator of heat. How much bacteria can mobile phones carry? Quite a bit of bacteria, actually. You'd be surprised. Mobile phones are a high-touch surface, so you do something, you're always holding your phone, you don't really think about it, you open a door, you're back to your phone, and quite dirty. They get quite dirty, yeah. A high-touch surface is a surface that just gets a lot of touches, basically. Quite self-explanatory. Yeah, very cool. So about 18 times more than toilet handles. How gross is that? That's quite gross. So remember to wash your hands and clean your phones regularly if you have a phone. Next question. We check our phones about 110 times a day. We check our phones a lot more than we think we do. Quite a bit. And I don't know why. Eight answers already.
That's everyone.
Yeah, should I? We'll just wait. I can't skip it, can I?
Let's not skip.
True. It's true. Yes. So we use our phones quite a bit. I don't think we have to. I think in the future phone addiction might be classed as an actual, or maybe social media addiction can be classed as an actual thing. It can be quite damaging. So let's not do that a lot. And when I say phone, I mean, well, it's my phone to me, but then it might be your PlayStation to you, or your Nintendo, or whatever. Okay, next question. What occurs when you mix an acid and a base? You guys, we learned about this about 2 lessons ago. When you mix an acid and a base, you come up something, you're mixing 2 polar opposites. So when you mix 2 opposites, you make something in the middle, and usually the word for in the middle is neutralization. It's not oxidation. It's not burning either. Burning would require some heat, and unless, I don't know, I think it has to be an exothermic reaction. I'm not sure if they're exothermic, but yeah, it's not burning, and it's not oxidation. It's neutralization. Neutral is a word for in the middle. That's always good to remember, my friends. Next question. Oh, I think there's someone in the waiting room. Next. Okay, what does fire use to continue burning? Fun fact, fire kind of breathes like us. It kind of uses up the same thing we do. So if you can remember that, you probably have the correct answer. That's why when you put, hello, Arush.
Hello.
Hello. It's oxygen. Yep, very, very good.
What do we do?
Hi, Arush. You can
No, actually,
join
he's in for the next lesson, the certificate distribution. So, Arush, can you join us back at just after 10 minutes?
Sorry.
No problem. Sorry if actually I just by mistake let you in, but yeah, please join at 6. Thank you.
All right.
I'm sorry for that.
That's all right. Next. True or false? In the following picture, electric energy is transformed into heat energy. So electric energy from electricity is transformed into heat energy. That makes us warm. Is that true or false? In a blender, what do you guys think happens? What electric energy transforms into? True, it is true, because radiators use electricity and then make it heat. But in blenders, what do you think, what electricity does electric energy transform into? So blender, the one that moves like this, so it moves, so it uses electricity to move. What is that energy called? Vihan, would you? No? Well, when you get something to move, it's called mechanical. So blenders use electricity to transform. So they use electricity and they transform it into mechanical energy. Next question. You can think about that. So when you're on your own, just think about things like that. I think it'll really help you kind of get electricity because energy cannot be created or destroyed. So all of the energy that is present in the universe right now it's always been present. It's just transformed into different forms. So when you're alone, you can think about it. When you think about your laptop, it's using electric energy, and it's also dissipating a lot as heat energy, and it's also transforming it into photons that we can use, that we can see. Or your car, it's burning fossil fuels, it's using chemical energy and it's making it mechanical. Okay, next question. What is a natural source of electricity? So I just said something about brain chips, and the reason why a brain chip would work is because it would fix neurons in your brain and fix electric signals. Yep, yeah. So the nervous system. So your nervous system is connected to your brain. Your brain is a part of your nervous system. Next question. Which of the following is a conductor of both heat and electricity? So when something conducts electricity, it uses its electrons to do so. So present electrons. And heat can, yeah. So heat can also do the same thing. You can carry heat by like electrons that are closely connected. The reason why metal.
We have to do two.
Excuse me?
I thought we had to answer two. Like,
is it a multi-select?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I must have made a mistake. No, it's only one. So metal objects are great at that. The reason why metal objects are great at using their electrons to conduct is because metal objects have a lattice of whatever metal they're made out of, so a positive kind of structure. And then the electrons, in physics, you refer to it as a sea of electrons. So electrons are just free to move. So that's why they're so good at that. Next question. Last one. The Blue Lagoon in Iceland lies over hot lava. You see the vapor, you can see the white over here. The Blue Lagoon has a whole lot of minerals, and it's actually been known to cure some skin diseases like psoriasis, for example. And those minerals can be attributed to a certain feature of the Blue Lagoon. True. So because it's so close to a volcano, they often get volcanic ash to lie over the Blue Lagoon, and that's why it has so many minerals and it's so healing. That's it. That was the quiz, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. So Destroyer, 127 and 15968, Creative Ant. Cool stuff. Okay,